It's time to show you guys my magical brush. So what makes this brush magical? Okay, so check this out. So this color sketch here was colored really with just 3 colors, okay? This was used as a base color, and then there was an orange, a blue, and a purple. The orange light is in linear dodge mode. The blue is in hard light mode for these little reflected lights in the shadows. And there's a multiply layer, that's this purple, for the shadows. And did you notice anything interesting about me putting these colors down? There's no editing here. I'm going to back up. You'll notice that I never leave the canvas to go to the color picker, and I never go to the layer window. But somehow I'm switching from this orange in linear dodge to this blue in hard light to this purple without ever leaving the canvas. Surely this must be some kind of magic trick. Actually, no, it's just some actions and layers. I'll show you how to do it in this video. All right, welcome to Color with Kurt. This channel is all about getting better at color, understanding it more, making it easier, and in some cases just about getting better with the tools and understanding flexibility you've got in your tools. And that's really what today's video is about. And I want to thank Max Dunbar for his head sketch that we're using in this video. I tried to pay him for it, and he said, just tell him about Stone Star. So yeah, you guys should check out Stone Star and Comicsology, his new book, and I will link it in the description. So what gave me the idea for this video was I was thinking about how often we have to go to the color picker, how often we go to the layer stack, especially if you're like me and you work on a couple of different layers. I was thinking about ways to streamline that, and the results came back better than I expected. So we're going to start by setting up a couple of layers. We're going to set up one layer for each of these colors. So if you're someone that works on a couple layers anyway, this should fit pretty well into your process, into your workflow. So I'm going to create 3 layers. 1, 2, 3, and we'll call the first one primary, because our primary light source, and we'll fill that with this orange color. All right, and we're going to set the layer mode to, what was it, linear add. Okay, so right now it's affecting everything except for the swatches I have on top of it. Now on this second layer we made, we're going to call it secondary. Now you can call it whatever you want, but for our purposes today, we're going to call it secondary. I'm going to fill it with that blue light, and you can see it's brightening it up even more. And then this third layer we're going to call shadows, and we'll fill it with this purple color. So we have our base colors. We've got a shadow layer. We're going to set it to multiply. We've got our secondary, which we're going to set in this case to hard light. And the primary, which we're going to set to linear dodge. It's already set. Now the actual layer modes you use for this don't really matter. You can use whatever you like. I just use these examples because they're examples that I use a lot. Now I need to add a mask to each one of these layers, a black mask, so that none of these colors actually show up. Now if you're not familiar with how a mask works, I will link you to a video that I just did with a bunch of different mask tricks and explains it. So the easiest way to put a mask on all of these layers is just to select the layer and then hold down Alt or Option if you're on a Mac and click the mask button. And that's going to add a black mask and hide all of the contents of that layer. So again, I'm going to move to secondary, I'm going to hold down Alt and click the mask button, and I'm going to go up to the orange one, I'm going to hold down Alt and click the mask button. Now you can see we're back to the beginning. We're back to just our base colors with no rendering on top. All right, now on a mask, black hides and white reveals, and then you've got everything in between in grayscale. But if I pick white and then choose a brush, now right now I'm painting on the mask for this orange, not the orange itself, but the mask. There's 2 different places you can click here. So click on the black, and if I paint with white, that orange comes through. Now if I switch to the secondary color, I'm still painting with white, the blue comes through. And if I switch to the shadow color, and again, make sure I'm on the mask and paint with white, the shadow color comes through. All right, so far we have accomplished that we can actually just paint with white and shades of gray on these mask layers, and that will give us our different colors, and that'll give us our different blending modes that we're using. So how do we switch layers without going to the layer window? Well, there's something built into Photoshop called actions, and if you're not familiar with actions, they're basically a way to record, say, certain steps of something that you do repeatedly in Photoshop. If you don't want to do them every time, you can just record it as an action. So you hit record, you do all the things you need to do, and then stop it, and then you can play back that action at any time with just a keystroke or a keyboard shortcut. And that's actually what I was doing in the intro. So I'll show you what this does in the layer window, and then I'll show you how to create it yourself. So right now I have an action. All it does is selects the mask of the channel named primary, and then it switches to the brush. That's it. It's a two-step action. It's a very simple action. But what it does, so if I hit F2, you'll see that it jumps to the primary layer, and it also selects the mask. If I hit F3, I'm going to move the cursor down here so you guys don't think I'm clicking on it. I'm going to hit F3, and you see that it's switching to the secondary layer, and again, the mask is selected, which is what we want. And then F4, I have set to the shadows. Again, the mask is selected. So that's how I'm actually switching between these layers, is just clicking on these simple actions. Now I've already created these actions, but I'm going to delete them and then we'll just recreate them so you guys can see how it works. So let's go ahead and delete all of these. So I'm in my actions window. Now if you don't have an actions window showing up, just go to Window, Actions, and it should pop up here. But this is what it looks like. Now the first thing I'm going to do is make sure that I don't have any layers selected. The reason for this is, for example, if I had primary selected already and then recorded an action, it would record that I am reselecting the current layer, which is not actually what we want. We want it to switch to a different layer every time. So I want to make sure, number one, that I just click into this empty space over here. That's going to deselect all of the layers. All right, so in my actions window, I'm going to click on New. Now I can name my action. So this action is going to select the primary layer. So I'm just going to call it Select Primary. And I'm going to set the function key to F2. Now I already have a layer set to F2, so it's wanting me to add Shift. That's fine. You can always go back and change these shortcuts. So F2 and Shift, that's fine. So we'll click Record. And now I'm going to do the steps I need this action to do, which is just select the mask on the layer primary. You can see it pull up here. And I need to switch back to the brush tool, because if I don't, the action is going to end with this selected, but without the brush. And then I have to click the brush, which I don't want. So the first step is selecting that primary mask. The second step is switching to the brush. You could also use the keyboard shortcut either way. That's it. I'm going to stop it. So we've created our first action, select primary. Let's make the other two real quick. All right, so again, I'm going to make sure I don't have any layers selected. I'm going to make a new one. We're going to call it Select Secondary. And we'll set it to Shift F3. You can set it to whatever you want. Click Record. Choose the mask on the secondary layer. And choose the brush. And then stop it. And now for the last one, we're going to make a new one. We're going to call this Select Shadows. We'll name it whatever. The function key F4. Control F4, that's fine. Hit record. And then we're going to select the shadow mask, select the brush, and we're done. So now you can see as I switch from F2 to F3 to F4, it is switching to those masks, and each time it switches back to the brush, which means that I can come over here and paint with this orange, paint with this blue, and paint with this purple in 3 different layer modes, or blending modes, without ever leaving the canvas. Now me personally, I like to keep as many tools as I use as possible all on the left hand, all right, left hand side of the keyboard. I've remapped everything to the left hand side. What that means is, if we go back in here, I can use something like a lasso to make a selection that I want, and then use my keyboard shortcut to switch to the brush and fill it in. Then I can switch tools to the lasso again, hit F3 this time, we got some blue, switch to my lasso again, hit F4 this time, I've got my shadows. So you can use this in conjunction with your other existing keyboard shortcuts if you have them. So that's my magic brush. It's not really magic, it's just trickery. So I will put this PSD file as well as this set of actions to download in a link below. So thanks for watching this video. Thanks to everyone that makes this channel possible. If you want to support more free videos, check the links in the description. I will see you guys in the next one. Take care. You know, I was editing this video, and I'm not even going to turn the light on. Sorry, this has nothing really to do with the tutorial. But I was watching I just remembered, I was watching a colorist a couple of years ago on a live stream. And they were doing something similar to what this video describes. I couldn't tell you if it was the exact same thing, but they were switching colors without leaving the canvas like this. And so after it was over, I asked, like, hey, how did you do that thing with the color switching? And they wouldn't tell me, which is fine. Like, he said that, you know, this is something he's developed over a long career and just wasn't going to share it. And I just literally meant technically how it was switching. Like, And I didn't know much about Photoshop then, I don't really now. But I think something like this video is probably what he was doing. I sort of forgot about it. Like I asked and then he didn't tell me, and I was like, whatever. I didn't really think much about it. But so anyway, I guess that makes this a literal, like, professional coloring secret. So don't tell anybody.